It's been a while since I've been able to film anything out here. It's been pretty windy. Still a bit of a breeze now and then, so you still might hear it on the microphone. I foregoed the garden tour for this month, seeing as there isn't really much to say. I've got these starts here that look like they're finally ready to go out, but unfortunately the bed I want to put them in isn't ready yet. I still have to get some of the torpedo grass out of there, and I gotta fill it up a little bit. The wind, as I mentioned, was pretty bad. In fact, the other night, it managed to catch my shed door and destroy it. You can see that here. And other than when the start's ready to go out, there really isn't much to say about the garden tour. So instead of a garden tour, I figured I'd do a review of this little Christmas present I got. And thank you for sending it to me. My other one, it broke. Now, this one is a different brand than the one that broke. It's a little tight in the sheath. There we go. And you can see here the brand of it is Gonicc, Gonads. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that. I'm gonna probably butcher the names into these things. Brand of the other one is Hashoff. Hassoff. Yeah, I'm gonna butcher these. Anyway, the new one actually quite make better. First of all, the markings for measurements are much clearer than the old one. The teeth on the serrated side seem to be finer and varies. And on top of it, the new one comes with a sharpening stone. Very nice. As mentioned, as you noticed, the sheath seems to be a bit tight on this one. Now, it's difficult to sharpen in serrated edges with a stone like this. So, fortunately, I have this, which can get in between these teeth. Even on the new one here, you can get between the teeth. So, out of the box, I don't think it needs to be sharpened. Speaking of the box, this is what came in. It has garden knife. It also goes by soil knife, hori hori. You have a variety of different names. On the side here, what you can do with the thing. So I always thought these garden knives were basically glorified spades, but they actually are quite better than that. Just to see if the new knife fits the old sheath. This is the sheath that came in with this guy. Still a bit tight, but Yeah, it fits a lot better with this one. So I guess I'll just keep using the sheath that this one came with. Something else I should point out with this, some of the reviews pointed out minor defects in it. For instance, there were some nicks in the handle. There seemed to be some extra a bit on the metal, like the mold wasn't quite right. I don't really see those defects in mine. There's maybe a little bit of imperfection right here on the metal, but otherwise, that's about the only thing I see. One more thing about this guy. It's made of a 440 stainless steel. So for those of you who know your metals. This one, I don't know what it's made out of, but as you see, it broke. Interestingly enough, when I went to do a replacement, I noticed a lot of the reviews had this exact same problem within about the same amount of time as mine and broke. So I'm guessing either this particular brand has just poor quality metal that they use, or maybe it was just a batch they bought, seeing as they were all from around 2020. But for whatever reason, they seem to be breaking a lot. Two differences on the handles. I can feel this is just sanded. This one feels actually better in the hands, but it's probably because of the way they finished it. They're both full tang. Now let's test things out here. Got soil knife, and for comparison, I got regular spade. First the spade. Can only get in barely. Now for the soil knife, see what it can do. Voila. By the way, this is why I needed a soil knife, because there's this ground out here in the front, and it's pretty tough. Okay, there's one more test I wanted to try. I was reading about you can sometimes cut small branches with the serrated side of these things. So this is a dead dry branch. I'm trying cutting that at first. It's usually harder to cut than a live branch. This branch looks to be about maybe an inch round. This wouldn't really be the tool I'd particularly use for this kind of thing. But you can see there, it cut maybe about halfway through. I'll try one more with something a little bit more alive. This one's maybe about half that of the other one, and that worked pretty well. So about half an inch would probably be about the thickest you'd want to go with cutting it with this way. And again, this wouldn't exactly be the go-to tool for your cutting branches, but it works. To finish this off, again, thank you for sending this to me. It's a very useful tool to have. I highly recommend every gardener to get one. Oh, and I guess I'll leave a link to this specific one in the description.